Right now, Madison police sharing more about the incident at Elver Park on the 4th of July that resulted in an emergency response. Plus, an apartment complex in Janesville catches fire, leaving all residents there displaced. What officials are saying about it, and an effort to recall Assembly Speaker Robin Vos isn't over just yet as organizers file an appeal in court after their petition was rejected. All ahead on News 3 Now at 10.
There were so many fireworks and so many people that it just quickly escalated and got out of control.
Well, if you live on the west side of Madison, you no doubt heard, maybe even saw the fireworks that went off at Elver Park on the 4th of July. And this was not the show they always had at Elver Park through the years. This large unsanctioned event forced police to shut down the park, with hundreds of people being ordered to leave over loudspeaker. Arman Rahman spoke to the police department today and learned what happened may change how the holiday is handled there in the future.
Even 3 days later, Elver Park is still littered with very small remnants of what Madison police say was a 4th of July celebration that, for lack of a better word, exploded into a safety issue.
I think what happened is that there was just mass chaos.
Madison police say they were called to break up a fight in the parking lot and found Elver Park as smoky as a battlefield.
You couldn't see within 10 feet of your face. I mean, in this whole area, the grass was littered with fireworks. The parking lot was filled with these illegal fireworks, like very large.
This is footage captured by officers on the scene, one of whom, according to Captain Kelly Beckett, was struck by a firework and left with a thankfully minor scratch.
I mean, it's just not safe.
Captain Beckett says residents shoot unpermitted fireworks in parks, including Elver, every year. But police had to intervene this time.
There's no applications submitted. There was no event plans submitted. We had a shelter rented out. But other than that, there was no indication that there was going to be anything other than just regular old people just kind of enjoying their 4th of July.
The alder for this area, Barbara Harrington McKinney, says she wants to meet the people who organized this.
And I want to ask, why did you think that this was okay? The city just got involved in a major sale, and Elver Park will be expanding, right? And we'll be able to make Elver Park a destination park for this city. That is the goal. But what this does, it interrupts that.
Captain Beckett made it clear that anything like this
will be prevented in the future.
Even though police is actively following up, Captain Beckett says there are no plans to make any arrests or charges at this time. Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Brand new at 10 tonight, an Adams County man has been charged with child sexual assault after deputies received a tip from a family member of the victim. 33-year-old Walter Ishmael Garcia Lazo was arrested, charged with 2 counts of first-degree child sexual assault. Dispatchers received a call last Tuesday morning from a caller in the town of Springville. They said a member of the family had confided in them she'd been sexually assaulted by Lazo. He was found and arrested on Wednesday. The judge set Lazo's cash bond at $30,000. And staying in Springville, authorities say a 45-year-old Burlington woman has died from her injuries after being struck by a deer while riding a motorcycle Saturday. She and a 51-year-old man were riding early Saturday evening on State Highway 82 when a deer entered the roadway, colliding with the motorcycle. Both the man and woman were thrown from that bike. Neither were wearing helmets. Speed and alcohol are not believed to be factors in the crash, although authorities say the man who was driving the motorcycle did not have a Class M motorcycle license. A nice warm night across southern Wisconsin. Live look at the capital. Pretty typical summer weather this time of the year. Meteorologist Jacob Madison joins us now with a first warn forecast.
Yeah, right now it is very nice, and over the last couple of days, temperatures have certainly been comfortable. Now, next weekend, that may not be the case, but we're going to remain fairly comfortable for the next couple of days. Now, looking at the current radar, most of southern Wisconsin is dry, but we are seeing a few showers and even some isolated thunderstorms in the northern portion of our area across Juneau and Adams County, and possibly some showers across Marquette and Green Lake County are likely for the next hour or so. But overall, we're not going to see a lot of rainfall from this, and these showers are going to dissipate pretty quickly. Should be mostly dry, in fact completely dry by midnight, but we are going to see some clouds move into our area and really cover a lot of southern Wisconsin as the remnants of hurricane and now tropical storm Beryl will move into the central United States. But our area won't see a lot of rain from that, but other parts of the United States will certainly see plenty of rainfall, with possible flooding being a concern as that moves into the southern Great Lakes region. Now, as we look at the current temperatures, we are mostly in the 70s with a few locations already dropping into the upper 60s. A very comfortable night out here, and temperatures are only going to drop into the middle 60s, so it's going to remain comfortable through tomorrow morning as we'll see partly cloudy skies, but mostly cloudy skies are in the forecast for Tuesday. I'll talk about the potential for rainfall on Tuesday coming up a bit later and give you your forecast for the rest of the week, all coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. Tropical Storm Beryl made landfall this morning. This was Texas, bringing heavy rains and powerful winds with it. At least 4 people have been killed in Texas so far from this storm. More than 3 million homes and businesses along the Texas Gulf Coast lost power earlier today. High waters closed city streets in Houston. We'll have more on Beryl's destruction coming up at 10:17. Dozens of people are displaced tonight in Janesville after an apartment fire forced the entire building to evacuate. It happened at the Surrey Ridge Apartments off Racine Street. The fire first reported about 1:45. Now, the good news is no one was hurt. It is unclear how it started, but the firefighting response required 50 firefighters, some brought in as far away as Fort Atkinson.
As searches were completed, firefighters had to be removed from the building, and the remainder of the fire had to be fought from the outside.
The Red Cross now helping those who were left displaced. And staying in Rock County, where the sheriff's office is warning against a scammer identifying themselves as a deputy over the phone. That reported scam is the caller asking that money be sent to them in order to clear up a legal matter. It's important to know the sheriff's office will never call citizens asking for money. Fortunately, it appears no one has yet fallen victim to that scam, but the sheriff's office still wants the public to be aware of it. Anyone receiving these scam calls is urged to report it to the Rock County Communications Center. That number 608-757-2244. Another step now complete for the Future Men's Shelter on Madison's east side. The city announcing today Myron Construction will build that facility on Bartolon Drive. The 40,000 square foot building will be able to house 250 men experiencing homelessness. Construction expected to begin later this summer. That shelter could open by the end of 2025. Myron also is the construction company whose bid was chosen for the Dane County Jail Consolidation Project. New tonight, a court appeal by organizers seeking to recall Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos from office. This after the Wisconsin Elections Commission rejected their effort last month, saying not enough valid signatures had been collected. Now, Speaker Vos has been targeted after refusing to decertify President Biden's 2020 win in Wisconsin. He further upset them when he didn't back a plan to impeach the state's top elections official, Megan Wolf. 6,850 signatures were needed to force the recall election over a 60-day window. A total of 6,866 were collected, but the Elections Commission determined 188 of them were collected after a deadline, leaving organizers short of the required number. If a Dane County court agrees there should be a recall election, a candidate will have to come forward to then challenge Vos. There's another way for voters to cast their ballots this election season, by using ballot drop boxes. This after the Wisconsin Supreme Court reversed a 2022 ruling that said those boxes weren't in accordance with state law. In both rulings, justices were divided on party lines, conservatives arguing the method interferes with election integrity, liberals contending they boost voter accessibility.
I think it means that they're back to having a convenient way to return their absentee ballots. For a lot of voters, absentee voting is the way they want to vote. They may have really busy lives. They may not be physically well. They may simply want to avoid the lines on election day.
Now, currently locked and covered drop boxes are located at 13 of the city's 14 fire stations. The Madison City Clerk's office says it'll take some time before those boxes are back open and running. President Biden looks to recoup support from members of his own party as more lawmakers are saying he should withdraw from the presidential race. President Biden has been on the defense since his lackluster performance against former President Trump at the CNN debate last month. In a letter sent to congressional Democrats today, he argued voters are the ones who get to pick their nominee and that they've chosen him as they did in 2020. One of those congressional Democrats was Madison area Congressman Mark Pocan. Here's what he had to say about the matter.
I think a lot of people are talking about a lot of things right now about the ticket. Ultimately, it's Joe Biden, I think, his decision, what he's going to do. And, you know, I know that we got so much done in those first 2 years, from infrastructure investment to getting us out of COVID to helping reduce inflation.
Now, a new Morning Consult poll released today shows a slight edge for President Biden here in Wisconsin, still within the margin of error, so it could lean also in favor of former President Trump. And the First Lady also saying to end those calls for the president to withdraw at a campaign stop today in North Carolina. Dr. Jill Biden saying her husband wakes up every day ready to work for the American people.
That's what this election is all about. you. For all the talk out there about this race, Joe has made it clear that he's all in.
Now, Congress returns to Washington tomorrow, the same day that Democratic lawmakers are holding a planned caucus meeting with Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. They are expected to discuss concerns about whether President Biden can beat Donald Trump in November. And we take a live look right now at Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport. Much quieter at this hour, but a very busy weekend there, and at really all airports nationwide. TSA says it screened upwards of some 3 million passengers for the first time ever yesterday, shattering the previous record that was set just last month when just under 3 million passengers were screened on June 23rd. Boeing is paying a fine to avoid prosecution. This is in connection to 2 deadly 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. Those crashes killed 346 people. The Justice Department saying the aircraft maker is pleading guilty to conspiracy to defraud the United States. Boeing will be paying nearly $500 million in fines, $487 million to be exact. That is a fraction of the almost $25 billion that victims' families wanted to pay. Attorneys for a 43-year-old Milwaukee man killed outside a Hyatt Regency hotel last month are demanding transparency on what led to Devontae Mitchell's death. Cell phone video from Sunday, June 30th shows 4 people, likely security guards, trying to restrain him outside the hotel. Police say Mitchell had been causing a disturbance. Witnesses say he locked himself in a bathroom with a woman. After being removed from the hotel, he was restrained, became unresponsive, and then was pronounced dead when officers arrived. His last moments alive, captured on cell phone video by a nearby witness.
His last words on this earth while he was alive was, please, 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 please. He said please 6 times. And then he said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He said that twice.
Milwaukee police say they are investigating Mitchell's death, but the cause right now is not criminal. Hyatt said a third-party operator is investigating the incident, and the involved employees have been suspended. More stories still ahead tonight at 10. Beryl was weakened to a tropical storm, but it is still wreaking havoc in Texas. Coming up, 4 deaths have been reported there so far. Millions have lost power. How long some towns and cities might be underwater. Stay with us.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Now, get an F-150 with 1.9% APR for 36 months, plus 500 retail bonus cash, plus 1,000 retail trade assist.
Choosing your own path. For those recovering from injury, illness, or stroke, choosing Encompass Health for inpatient rehabilitation may just be their most important choice.
We make junk disappear by giving it a new purpose. We donate the donatables and recycle the recyclables. And any organic materials are taken for composting. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Welcome to the health spa. We always knew that we wanted to grow, and we couldn't find the right location. When this spot appeared, like, gosh, if we can get this location secured.
We both approached Olivia at DePaco Credit Union, and she walked us through the paperwork and the process in order to get this project started.
The best thing about working with DePaco was they also showed us other available opportunities that could help us actually reduce our loan rate. So they are partners with with us, and with the help of them, we've been able to create this beautiful space.
When severe weather swept through southern Wisconsin.
This is a tornado emergency,
including multiple destructive tornadoes. Our team delivered the information to help you be prepared and stay safe before, during, and after the storms. Trust News 3 Now, First Warn Weather. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Welcome back. The Madison Ballet has announced its lineup of performances ahead of its 43rd season later this fall. It includes 5 productions, including holiday classic The Nutcracker. That and 2 other shows, including A Midsummer Night's Dream, Play at Overture Center. Tickets for these productions go on sale on Thursday. For tickets and to see the full list of productions, look for the story linked at channel3000.com. Amtrak's new Borealis route connecting Chicago to the Twin Cities through Wisconsin is celebrating a successful first month of service. The route's first day of service was May 21st. More than 18,500 passengers have since used it. A daily average of about 300 passengers aboard each of the daily eastbound and westbound trains. The train has Wisconsin stops in Milwaukee, Columbus, Portage, the Dells, Toma, and La Crosse. An Amtrak spokesperson said in a statement, quote, "The ridership numbers we have seen so far confirm our belief, and we expect this trend to continue as the service matures and we head into the peak summer travel season." Well, it was this time a year ago the entire state of Wisconsin was asking for any kind of rain. Well, now the drought is clearly over, but that doesn't mean the issues have stopped. According to the National Weather Service, we are nearly 9 inches now above the normal amount of rainfall we normally would see at this point in the calendar year, and that's made it tough for our farmers, completely washing and flooding some fields, making it more difficult to harvest hay for cattle.
Dry hay on a year like this is very, very challenging. So many will end up putting up wet hay, which isn't a total loss. But we have to find windows of time where we can get into the fields and be able to harvest the crop without damaging the field that's still there.
And hay accounts for 40 to 60% of cattle's daily diet. Tropical storm Beryl has killed at least 13 people now, 4 of them here in the United States after it made landfall in Texas early this morning. Michael Yoshida shares the message that officials in Houston are sharing with residents.
A stern warning.
Don't let the clear skies fool you.
At a press conference Monday evening, Houston's mayor telling residents they are not out of the woods yet, even though Beryl has passed through.
We still have dangerous circumstances. We still have high water across our city.
That advisement as first responders were out conducting rescues. Houston firefighters rescued a man trapped in bed and another resident when a tree fell on the house. 2 other people died in separate incidents of trees falling on homes in Harris County Monday, authorities said. Another person died when lightning started a house fire, and a civilian employee of the Houston Police Department died when his car became stuck in floodwaters. Across the area, fallen trees, collapsed roofs, and flooded interstates painted a grim picture for Texans as Beryl made its way further inland, spawning tornadoes, and at one point producing wind gusts reaching as high as 94 miles per hour in some areas.
The wind tunnel just went crazy. Stuff started flying off the walls, zinging around the house.
Beryl made landfall southwest of Houston Monday morning as a Category 1 hurricane, eventually morphing into a tropical storm. It knocked out power for more than 2.7 million Texas customers, most of them Houstonians. The lieutenant governor confirmed that they are already in recovery mode.
We are strong, and Texans always pull together.
In Houston, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Well, around here, we are happy to miss Beryl's path as it moves through the United States. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano has our first warn forecast.
Thanks, Eric. And if we look at the 3 things you need to know, that is the first thing. So if you do have any plans to go south, there will be plenty of rainfall, really just to the south of our area. Some of the remnants of that could creep up into southern Wisconsin. But as far as temperatures go, we're going to remain near average through Friday and beyond. Beryl moving through the U.S., we're not going to see a ton of rainfall this week. However, the bigger story for our area is we're going to start to see some hot temperatures, especially by the end of the weekend. So here's a look at the current radar. Still seeing some of those light showers and isolated storms, but it looks like most of the storms have dissipated completely, and those showers are also continuing to dissipate as we head into the overnight hours. Now, as we look at future track, we are going to see plenty of cloud cover over the next 24 hours, but the remnants of Beryl, at least the heaviest, will surge certainly stay to the south of our area, but you can see just how much rain is expected for a few areas across Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. Meanwhile, our area will see just a little bit of that rainfall, especially for areas southeast of Dane County and to the east of Dane County. If it does rain, though, it likely will be pretty light, but it could last throughout the night into Wednesday morning, and then it will clear out of our area completely by Wednesday afternoon. And going forward after that, we only have a small chance of some on and off showers and storms. So for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are expecting the possibility of them, but for the most part, we're going to be dry for a good portion of the day. We really don't have any day in the forecast, at least for rainfall, that is even close to putting out an alert day. Now, we may have to put one out if the temperatures by the weekend get a bit warmer, but as far as rainfall goes, we're going to be pretty quiet going forward. And as we look at the precipitation forecast, again, southeast and east of Dane County have the best chance to see that rainfall, but the heaviest will stay to the south of our area completely. And you can see that firsthand with the rainfall over the next 7 days. Zoomed further out, some places further south could see possibly over 4 inches of rainfall as the system tracks across the United States. But as I've been talking about for our area, we just have a few on and off storm chances, but it really is the case for every day. Notice we're kind of in that 20 to 30% range, which a stray shower or storm is possible, but nothing extreme. Certainly, we won't see any washouts for the rest of the week. Now, as I talked about, the bigger story is those temperatures. Highs could be back in the lower 90s by Sunday, and it also will be a bit humid, so we could be talking about heat index values in the middle 90s, but we're still not expecting those heat index values to exceed 100, at least not exceed 100 by a large amount. So that is the good news. So although we are going to see warmer temperatures, we are not going to see anything very extreme. So here's a look at the full 10-day forecast. We're going to continue to see about a 20 to 30% chance of rain every day. But if it does rain, it'll be very brief, only going to last for about 30 minutes at most. And it's not going to impact really any outdoor plans you may have over the next 10 days. Now, temperatures will be at the coolest in the lower 80s, so still going to remain warm, but that is expected considering this is the warmest time of the year.
And coming up in sports, it's Cal Fisher's world, and we're just living in it. What the Deerfield native did at the duck pond is next at News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
it's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Life is good if you're Cal Fisher. Your freshman year of college, you make it to the College World Series. Then you come back home for the summer and play baseball for the team you grew up watching, the Mallards. But it gets even better. On Friday, the duck pond was packed for your bobblehead night. Yeah, life is pretty good if you're Cal Fisher. Well, the Deerfield native and the Mallards taking on the Kingfish tonight, and Fisher showed who the real Kingfish was. Second inning, he goes yard for the first home run of the year for him in a Mallards uni. Then in the 5th, it was another local product getting into the act. Sun Prairie's own Davis Hamilton bloops one into center to bring home 2 more. Mallards get the win, 4-1, the final. It's the final week of the first half of the Brewers season, and they sit in the standings where they pretty much have been the entire year, atop the NL Central. In his first year leading the crew, Pat Murphy has weathered the injury bug and has his team competing day in and day out, and it's worked wonders. So what is their secret? Well, Christian Yelich stopped by Wilde and Tausch this morning, and to him, it all comes down to playing hard.
Just compete really hard. I think that's the real story about our team is we play really hard every night, whether it goes good or bad for us. We've dealt with a ton of injuries. We've been really, really banged up. We've had guys contribute that I'm not necessarily sure that you would have thought would be contributing this year, especially in spring training. And Murph's done a great job. You know, he's been around for the last 8-9 years, so we all know him. He knows us.
Well, the crew off today, but will open up a 6-game homestand ahead of the All-Star break, starting with a 3-game series with the 3rd-place Pirates. Milwaukee holds a 9.5-game lead on Pittsburgh in the standings. Another day, another Badger who's Paris-bound, this time on the basketball court. Aleem Ford helped Puerto Rico qualify for the Olympics for the first time in 20 years with a win over Lithuania in the finals of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Ford averaged 4 points, nearly 2 rebounds per game during the 4-game tourney. Puerto Rico will join Team USA in Group C. Elsewhere on the hardwood, former Badger Morgan Page has been promoted to the associate head coach position at Kansas. Page spent the last 3 seasons in Lawrence serving as an assistant coach for the Jayhawks, where she helped guided them to the NCAA tournament twice and a WNIT championship. Page sits 18th on the Wisconsin's all-time scoring list with 1,230 points. We're back after this.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
I need help for my mom. She has dementia. I want a Grace so Mom can get care at home. You know what people say about them? I can't imagine better support through such a painful time. A Grace. Authentic care and connection. Visit agrace.org to learn more.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Introducing TPC Wisconsin, Madison's elite golf club with worldwide privileges, plus extraordinary amenities to keep you active year-round, to keep you fit, and well-equipped for the course, to keep you connected to what matters the most. Play where the pros play with an exclusive membership at TPC Wisconsin. Make it your club today.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Owning my own home is nice. You can just come home knowing that it's yours. It's a sense of pride, sense of ownership, and enjoying it with everyone I love and care for.
Make a lasting impact on local families in need. Please donate today.
When replacing your windows, you want them to be built by the best and backed by the best. That's what you'll get with replacement windows only available from Renewal by Andersen. When you choose Renewal by Andersen at Wanakee Remodeling, you're not getting a one-size-fits-all product. From design and sales to manufacturing, installation, and service, we own the entire process. This month, buy 2 windows, get the third 60% off, plus 12 months no-interest financing when you purchase 3 or more windows. Visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for more details.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Our Constitution has given us more rights, freedoms, and prosperity than any country in history. Every 4th of July, we come together to celebrate those freedoms. But right now, we're a divided nation. We have to stop putting on the blue jersey or red jersey. Instead, put on the red, white, and blue jersey. Come together and get things done. I'm proud to be an American.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now This Morning, moving forward.
I don't know what's going on in Joe Biden's mind. Something I apparently have in common with Joe Biden.
Prepares Me with Michael Douglas and Rescue Dog Rescue tonight on CBS.
And Jacob's back. We take one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, this week is going to be pretty quiet. We could see a few light showers as the remnants of Beryl moves through the United States, but the heaviest will certainly stay south. Although we do have a chance of storms kind of every day this week, it is going to be a hit or miss each day, and if it does rain, it will likely be very brief, although we could see some heavy rain if a few storms form. Overall, though, don't be surprised if you see some passing showers or storms each day, but for the most part, we're going to be dry for most of the day. Certainly no washouts. The bigger story, though, for our area will be the temperatures are going to warm up for the weekend. Sunday does look to be pretty hot, as highs will be back in the lower 90s. And warmer temperatures will continue for next week.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a great night.